Welcome back to another episode of Alpine Garage Sports. We are in the garage today, and I'm your host, Chris. And today we have a little bit of reaction to the Reach the People media video that posted on Wednesday, just before Wednesday's practice, where Coach Prime had his kind of gloves off approach to talking with the team, considering the fact that there's still a lot left on the table for production during spring practices.
Corey, where you at? Stand up and tell them what we talked about this morning. How many?
24
Stand up, sir.
24 to 29 of y'all that are on scholarship can be replaced.
And
right now,
the
right
others
now.
can't be replaced as what?
You 1 year guys.
But that don't mean I'd rather eat it than deal with some foolishness right now. Because that's the way I am. I'd rather eat the scholarship than deal with the bull junk that we brought in, that you guys replaced it, and thinking you can just kick it around here because you don't see talent. You're not competing against this room. You're competing against the guys we're going to get right now. That's the problem. You think you just compete against this room. When that portal open, I'm telling you right now what's going to happen. Right now. When you guys are playing 2 weeks from now on that Saturday, that's sold out. Do you know how many recruits are coming right now? 30 what? 36. When does the portal open? April 15th, so that's a week before. What do you think we're going to do right now when that portal opens? It's on y'all, man. It's on y'all to go get it. And practice with some darn intensity. Nate Newton been playing in this league for I don't know how many darn years. He said, dog, what's wrong with the passion? He said, what a pie at? What a want at? What a will for it? What a love of it? He said, they just going through the motion. They just trying to get through a practice. And the day we blessing you, you have an hour practice. You're on the field at 9 for stretch. The practice really started at 9:10. You're off the field at 10:09. So that's 1 hour. If I don't get it today, I'm sorry, not I. If we don't get it today, it's going to be some changes right now after practice. You got that. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to pump you. I'm not trying to humiliate you. But we have a standard. And the standard is going to be the standard. Right now.
You could tell that he wanted more from the team. He wants more from the majority of the people on the football team during spring practice. And he mentioned how the urgency of the matter is that if you're not already at 100%, today's the day you need to be at 100%. When Coach got here, he said this is not going to be a rebuilding program. It's not a 10-year rebuilding program. We're going to make changes that are going to enable us to win now. And he means it. So when he came in with a brand new coaching staff, when he came into the first team meeting and said, those of you who aren't here to win, essentially, the transfer portal is waiting because we're bringing a lot of people that we know are dogs, and they're going to come in here and they're going to help us be a better team. Then a bunch of people vacated, and we brought a bunch of people in, and now we are in the middle of spring practice, quite literally, and it ends on the 22nd of April at the spring game. And then we have the long summer, and then we have fall ball, which is a very short period of time. And then we literally play TCU on the 2nd of September. So we don't have a lot of time to get the team up to speed. And when you're talking about a team of people who primarily came from all parts of the country, only one person on this team actually worked in the scheme for the offense specifically. And really, I think only maybe one person on the defense came from Alabama and saw the scheme that we were running for defense. There's got to be some gelling now. And he's not seeing the production, obviously, that he wants to see from a lot of people on the team. And what they threw out there was, Coach said, he looked at another coach and said, so when we're talking about now, who are we talking about? And they said 24 to 29 scholarship positions are replaceable at this point. The reaction, I think, for a lot of people on that would be, wow, that again, we're going down this road where we're just going to be super out front with everything with the video cameras rolling. And I want to say that I believe this is something that happens at every team at every level, really, especially any team that is really serious about winning. And it really is a call to action for those players that coach may not feel like are at 100% right now. It's reach deep inside you and find out what your max is and give me your max. And then at that point, we're going to determine whether your max is good enough for the team. For a world-class level team, that's the only way you can do it. You don't have a full 4 years to coach everybody to be at that elite level. You need to do it this year. And you either are or you're not that level. And when it comes to spring ball, a lot of it has to do with how much effort you put out. If that wasn't an exclamation point already, the exclamation point came about 2 minutes later when he said the spring portal opens on the 15th of April and we're looking in the portal. That goes to tell you right now that we're already looking at 24 to 29 positions that we might be replacing here coming soon. So wake up today. Today's the day. If you haven't done it 100% today, today's the day you leave your mark. And as adults, for those of us who are, reasonably in our age now, we have been through this probably several times in our life with work and family and things like that, where we know today is the last day I have to do this and today is the last day I have to do that. And if I haven't given my max effort, I better do it today or I'm going to be looking for a new job tomorrow. And so we've been through this, we have experience with this, so that when we hear this, the bells go off and we know, hey, I remember a time when, where these young student athletes, a lot of them may not have. They've been studs their entire lives, and then all of a sudden, we're in a position to where they may not be given enough for the team because our team is going to be here. Is it right, wrong? I don't think it's either one of those things. I think it's coaching. And I think when you're trying to build a program immediately, right now, you have to do your best to get the best players we can get, the best coaching we can get. And then we have to go 100 miles an hour because, again, like I told you, there's not a lot of time. It may seem like we have, whatever it is, 5-6 months before season starts, but we really don't have that much time. For actual coaching, we don't have that much time. To get the team gelled together, we don't have that much time. So that's the urgency that's here. Coach Prime promised us that we are going to be winners. And he is, by gosh, doing everything he can to make sure that we are winners. And it isn't just him, guys. If you watched those videos just recently this week, you'll see a lot of the other position coaches getting into the team. They're getting straight into them. In fact, Coach Hart, who I think all of us absolutely love when you watch The Whistle, him and Pollock. Hart, he's a fun-loving guy. You can tell he's a real fun person to be around. Even as a coach, he'd be one of those coaches that you would want to have coaching you in a position. And you know that when those coaches go and they get to the point where they are serious.
I'm sitting here saying, hit, I'm into it, then I'm quick. But I gotta be physical. Quit taking it easy on each other. Hit him. He got bad though.
To the point where they're just kind of, I'm not going to say losing it, but like to the point where they're dropping their expectations on you like a ton of bricks. From a coach that's super high in personality to that's a crusher for most people. In fact, you don't want to let Coach Hart down because you respect him so much and you want to be his friend and you want to show him exactly what he expects. And when he has to drop his tone from that, hey guys, we're all going to be a good team and stuff like that too. Hey, you are not doing what you need to do and you need to be 100%. That drop should make you want to explode for him. It should make you want to just go. And when he was in there, he was talking about hitting that offensive lineman, pulling off the block and going for the tackle. And that in practice, you got to do it full speed. You got to pop that person and you got to make it work today because we don't have a lot of time. You got to show you can do it now because there is not a lot of time to prove that you can do this. And he was passionate about it. And if I'm on that team right now and coach is saying that to me, man, I tell you what, that next time, whoever it is that's playing that offensive lineman is going to be on their back. I'm going to put them straight on their back or I'm going to die trying. But I can tell you, I ain't going to sit there and be afraid of this. I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to show him, you know what, maybe I was a little timid in this whole thing because maybe I didn't think we were going full speed, but now I'm not only going full speed, but I'm bringing all my bricks with me, and I'm going to put this person out, and I'm going to show Coach, you know what, I can be coached. I am a coachable person. I'm going to show Coach that because I want to let him know if you say go, I'm going to go and I'm going to go through that wall and through the next wall and through the next wall until I hear a whistle. And then I'm going to hit one more wall just to show you that I'm ready to hit some more walls. Anyway, it's a passionate time right now, guys. We don't have that much more time. 2 weeks until spring game, and then it gets quiet for a while. And then we go into fall ball, and man, we start sweating at that point because TCU is right there. Although I do think we're going to handle TCU just fine, it's not going to be a cakewalk, and we got to be ready. And coaches know this, and they are putting it out there. That is a wrap from Alpine Garage Sports. Man, I'm glad you guys hung out with me today and listened to this little bit of a rant. Today being Friday, the whatever it is, 8th or something like that, we're going to be dropping maybe live streams all day. I don't know. I definitely know we're going to be on Instagram, and we're going to be throwing you some pretty cool stuff as we're kind of moving around Boulder. So getting prepared for the spring game. We're getting involved too. I haven't eaten in a couple of days because I'm going to go eat at like 20 places, kind of show you the local fare. And it's going to be a good time. So subscribe now if you already haven't. And match our subscribers. Our subscribers are the best in YouTube, definitely the best in Buffland. And I want you to join as well and put your comments down below and put your best against our commenters. We are ready for spring game. And I will see you in the next video. And if you haven't already heard, we coming.